Hello, everyone. Warm good evening to all our esteemed guests and dignitaries on the dais. Today it's a wonderful Sunday, first week of July and first Sunday of July, and we are here to talk about a very interesting topic on integrating pharmacotherapy in tobacco cessation. Now we move towards a scientific session. And I'm happy to introduce to our audience the moderator for the evening, Dr. Nandita Divekar. She is a consultant in anesthesia and critical care at Medway NHS Trust in UK. She's a lead for smoking cessation in her hospital and very passionate about the cause. She was pivotal in starting the STOP, the Stop Before the Op clinic. She and her two colleagues were awarded the CEO Award for Brilliance to study the Ottawa model, and recently she had been invited to talk about her experiences at the National Smoking Cessation and Health Conference in UK to about the smoking cessation modalities. I invite ma'am to kindly take the session ahead.
Thank you, Shruti. Namaste to everyone and welcome and greetings from the UK. How true, isn't it? The world has the same problem, and WHO has described tobacco as the only legal drug that kills many of its users when used exactly as intended by the manufacturers. And if you think, oh, India is different and UK is different, no, we have the same problems, and COVID has actually made it worse sometimes because many people committed to quit, but at the same time, there have been many additional smokers. Thank you very much, Dr. Pawan Gupta, Dr. Reena Kumar, Dr. Desai, and all the dignitaries, and of course, Shruti, for inviting me to this prestigious conference and giving me the opportunity to be a moderator for this session and then come to a conclusion at the end. So I really hope that this e-conclave is really very successful and we can take it internationally as well. So let me introduce the chair people for this session about overview of pharmacological modality for tobacco session. First, let me introduce, we have already heard him, Dr. Ulhas Kolhatkar, who is a director for internal strategic partner of Rotary Action Group for Community Economic Development. He has been involved in many social activities, giving effective leadership to many organizations in diverse fields of education, social, cultural, health, medicine, yoga, literature, environment, and so on. He has authored and edited 29 books, recently appointed as the RAGM International Director for Conferences, and he is a distinguished orator. We've already heard him with more than 2,500 speeches on various topics. Dr. Kolhatkar, the stage is yours.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dr. Nandita, for that very brief and at the same time very generous introduction. And once again, let me thank Dr. Pawan Gupta for involving Rotary all the way in this endeavor. How deeply involved is the problem and how serious is the problem? Apart from going into the statistic, there was a shocking news which appeared just few days before in the newspaper. All major newspaper, they were carrying this news that all cigarette producing or the cigarette manufacturing companies, they had pleaded the government and in the particularly the judges and the court of law that since in vitro studies they kill the tobacco kills the coronavirus, so the ban on the cigarettes and ban on the tobacco should be lifted, particularly in considering the backdrop of coronavirus infection and pandemic which is going on. And then very sarcastically the court said that I think we should recommend to government of India also that Vaidhanik Ishara which is printed on the cigarette packs that it causes a cancer, that also should be removed. So you can understand how deeply this problem has gone in and how the total cigarette manufacturing companies, they are driving the social force in a very wrong way. Today we are over here to discuss the pharmacological modalities and particularly on the backdrop of like counseling versus pharmacological modalities. I think the ball, the field has been set very correctly initially by Dr. Desai by saying that this is a multimodality approach with a pharma modalities being a base, and that's a pizza base he was talking about. Here we have got a very eminent speaker, Dr. Prabhat Chand, MD, DNB. He's a professor of psychiatry. in charge of a Center for Addiction Medicine at a very prestigious NIMHANS Bengaluru, associated with NIMHANS Digital Academy, and where more than 6,000 doctors are attached on this particular digital line, particularly to help the people and tobacco addicts all over India. He has got more than 70 publications in his cap at both national as well as international. So here I request Dr. Prabhat Chand to address the gathering, and particularly with respect to pharmacological interventions and how do they fare against the just counseling. Dr. Prabhat.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Ullas. Thank you, Dr. Pavan, Shruti, and Nandita. It's lovely. I mean, Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., getting 100, 253 people is obviously, unless you are a big politician or a big, guru, you will not get 253. And I'm involved in the whole program for the last 7 years, so I know it very well. So it shows the power of you, your team, and the conviction why you're doing the program. I mean, that's absolutely sure. Zoom is there for a long time. Zoom will be there for a long time. But getting people Zoom and opening their cameras also is a big thing nowadays. Thank you. Thanks. Let me start. I mean, as normally I start, let me give a minute time. I probably share my screen quickly. Yeah. I just wanted all of you to just look, take your smartphone, keep it ready, and let me put this one somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is a question to all of you. You don't have to do anything. I've sent a link in your chat box. How energized are you feeling this afternoon? You can just go type slido.com in your browse. No need to download any app. Just type slido.com, or you can do the QR scan if you want to. The camera, just do the scan. There will questions will come up in this thing. Why don't you go ahead and put it? Be honest, it's completely anonymous. Nobody knows. I mean, I will never able to know that, what we have put. So you can go ahead and put your answers. Yes. So please start. Anonymous questions.
What is the code? What is the code that we have to put?
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday.
It's there in the screen. Sunday is a code. Very simple. Probably I can again send a chart. I've sent the chart already. You must have seen. Let's go ahead. So this will tell us, how energized people are now. But at least next 1 hour till program finishes. Okay, 7. So 7 are actually behind the screen. Okay, so let's see 8. Come on, please go ahead. That's good. Okay, so you'll have 10 seconds to start. So slido.com #Sunday is your event code. I've sent in the chat message also. Oh, it's coming down. Shruti is coming down now. It's 4.8 to 4.6. Let's see. If it's more than 4.5, the session is on. Less than 4.5, we should close it up. I can send your PowerPoint to all of you.
That's a good one.
Looks good. So let's fine. So let's go ahead to the next one. Next one is about yourself. How you describe yourself, your mind, not your age. At this point of time, what is your mind? It's anonymous completely. Nothing to worry about that. You are a cheeky child, tormented teenager, midlifer, groovy grandparent. Nobody wants to be that one, by the way. So how do you put yourself? Go ahead, please, quick. Where do you fit yourself? Same code, same questions. That's good. That's right. So, is there many midlifer sitting here? Probably yes. I don't know what it looks like. But it's not about age, it's about mind age. What is state of mind? That's good. Shruti, I got 33 people behind the screen. They're on now. They're doing it. 35. That's good. That's right. That's right. Let's make 40 and then we'll go to the next one. There's some little questions about behavioral counseling, and I will not take more than 20 minutes by any imagination, so we'll finish it up. So midlife continue to be much higher, 43%. Grandparent, nobody want to be grandparent. This is not right. Come on, this is nobody want to grandparent. Grandparent is a part of life, come on, you can't be, okay, but probably, you should have a special program from grandparent only. So that's right. State of mind always, lesser than the state of age. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead to the next one, and then we'll probably, let me see. Yeah. Okay, now this is about the topic. Which of the following statement is better conversation by a doctor or counselor? In general, I'm putting it. It's more than one answer. for someone who is not keen on stopping smoking, who is following statements. So there is more than one answers. Smoking is to kill you. It is also written in cigarette pack. It angers you. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can read. So this is a part of behavioral counseling. You seeing somebody. That's right. It is more than one answer. A doctor or counselor or any of you, somebody visiting you. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting answers, you know. Yeah. So maximum score looks like the first one. You are a resilient and persistent. When you set your mind to do something, you get it done. I think this is example of what type of statement. Anybody want to try? You can put a chart. I think chart is open. I could see. You know, what is when you do a behavioral counseling, what statement it fits? Yes, I think it's more than one answer. It's a more than one answer. Correct. I mean, some Dr. Devamitra, it's more than one answer. You are spot on. I just now saw the chart. Okay, can you let's put the first one. The maximum responses come 54%. What is that you are meaning to tell the person? What is the statement known as, or what is the key word for this? You are a resilient and persistent. When you set your mind to do something, get it done. What does it mean? I mean, you would practice it. So you know, the normal response is like you smoking is going to kill you. That's the response of frustration from our side also. Okay, thanks Chandan. So lovely to see Chandan. Chandan is just part of our digital academy. I could see many. Motivational interview. Thanks, Dr. Johnson. I saw you are speaking next time, so it make my life easier. I will not going to speak NRT a lot. Motivating. No, I want exact statement. Remember, these are very generic stuff. I want exactly what you're talking about. Yes, Dr. Aruna is spot on. So affirmation. You are affirming the people. People will change when you give a positive statement. You scold them, shout them, ridicule them, humiliate them. They will tell, think they may not say in front of you, but they're going to put a post in Facebook. I went to Shruti shouted at me. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. So this is how it is. People change when you affirm them, when you look at the positive aspect, changes are possible. Okay, now second statement, is your smoking affecting you? What do you want to tell here? What do you want to convey here? He knows it. Don't you think he knows it? Don't you think people who are hooked to certain addiction, they don't know that there are a lot of problem they are facing? Yes, they know it. They know it. So it's probably not right statement to do. I mean, reframing something to ridicule the people is not something right to do. Okay, let me show the answers. Probably it might be easy for all of you if I can show it. Sorry. I have to go back. Or is it go back on? Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I think okay. I can see here answer. Yeah. Okay. So these are two correct answers. So I thought one point people has not. Yeah. Now, what about the third statement? What do you can you chart and tell me? It angers you as your wife is trying to make you stop smoking. What is it actually reflecting? I mean, this is very common, is it not so? Wife, spouse, or mother, father. What do these statements tells you? Okay, thank you. I think Aruna and Gaurav has already said reflection, is it not? So you're telling statement, you're reflecting it. So you understood correctly. So reflections are very important statement to do it when you do interventions. Reflecting simple reflections, double reflections, complex reflections are very important, very powerful, because it means you and your patient or client are in the same page. That's very important. You are also empathetic. Wife may have a good intention, but he feels angry. So it's also empathy that look, this is happening. Okay, thank you very much. So let's go ahead. Okay, so Shruti should tell me when I should close it. I'll close it. As I told, I've given a presentation already. So I'll go to the brief directive, but okay. Last one. Doctor told you to the patient, you told me that 5 years back, following a chronic cough, you could stop smoking almost a year. What has helped you that time to be a non-smoker? This statement helped in what? Go ahead and hit it. More than one answer. It's square comes is more than one answer. I will take 10 seconds, then we'll start the presentation. Now I think people are falling in track. So now the responses are very correctly coming. That's good. So you are all very, the audience is knows everything. So it makes our life easier. That's fantastic. Fantastic. So this is fantastic. So almost 40 people has absolutely spot on. I mean, you have done wonderful job. You make my life so easier. You know what exactly to tell. And that's the crux of behavioral counseling. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think you are right. First 3 points are correct. Now, last part, as I told you, to make somebody guilty, ridicule, making fun, even non-intentionally, is not going to change the behavior. You cannot change the behavior by criticizing, by making ridiculing. And as Dr. Ullas, being a pediatrician, he knows how he went to change your adolescent child, whatever behavior will do it. I mean, you just cannot do it. I mean, in this recent time, we are seeing so many people coming to us. As I told, I'm an addiction psychiatrist. So many people come us, we have a technological addiction because of, how things are happening around. But the parents are completely ridiculing, making fun of the child. You can't change people by ridiculing them. That's the most important statement. Okay, I think, let me show you the correct answer. So these are fight. So basically, here you want to try and elicit what has helped him in the past. Those things he can use it in the future. I think, this probably I'll skip it and I'll stop it here and let me go to the next one. Okay, I'll go, give a minute time. Yeah, this one. You can just tell me. Yeah, yes, right. So I think I'll just skip this slide. Now, if you can scan, you can get the whole presentation here. So as I told, I'll take hardly more than 5 to 7 minutes with 3 objectives. How to, in a short span of time, can you do something for the person with tobacco dependence? Just learn some few skills, how to motivate the people to think about quit tobacco. Now, whether able to quitting tobacco completely or not, that's a different issue. You are a facilitator. You are not a person, or you are not almighty that you can change the people. Can you facilitate the process of change? And at the end, provide them any support for preventing relapse. And if you find there is a comorbidity, other challenges, can you send to experts who are better equipped to help them out, again, if they need. Many of you know it. It's 5A. I made it 3A only. So make life easier. So ask, advise, assist. Now, let me have a little bit of chart. How do you ask somebody, about tobacco? So my question is, how do you ask people about tobacco? What is the first question? How do you ask people for tobacco use? Anybody can go ahead and send it. What is the question you frame? What exactly statement you ask? Quickly. Do you smoke? Okay. Do you use tobacco? Okay. Have you been smoking? Many people smoke. Do you have smoked any time? Do you use tobacco or any form? No. That's fine. That's fine. But then probably, that's not, Okay. I'll let you frame it. Do you have habits? Okay, that's absolutely fine. Excellent. I think all are fantastic answers, but I'll probably try to reframe it. Yes. Okay, that's good. Come on, don't put bad habits. Alcohol gives, alcohol stops in India. Many people salary will go off. Many people jobless. So that's a different issue. It's not, drinking alcohol is not a criminal by any imagination, but that's fine. So let's go back. So basically, you can ask like this. Can you tell me a little more about your smoking? How do you spend whole day? How do where do you fit your smoking fits into your life? What do you want to tell me more about smoking? So start with what? That's always better. Because do you have an addiction is a close question. Yes or no. So if somebody asks me, like my Buddhin is asking me, do you have an addiction? I'll be very scared. No, I'm very, good person. I don't have any addiction at all. I'm absolutely perfect person. Because then people become denial. They start minimizing. They start decreasing their, things. So probably what? Of an addiction. Yeah. So how do you feel that you're, what do you think about, or where does smoking fits into your life? Similarly there. So how are the better question than, Okay. Now the question here is that always ask wherever you get time, ask people, are you about the tobacco use, irrespective of the, in the whether you're using or not using. In the history, physical examination, or any setting you work, make a point to ask tobacco. And always, you can also know about, people who are smoking by their lips, by the, if you're a dentist, by the gum and mouth. So always ask. But then the way you ask is very important for the person to give the response. That's the skill here. Okay. Then next advice. Again, coming simple. So, if you have less time, then obviously give a very clear advice, strong advice, and no, yes, no, this, that, and all. I mean, many people you must have heard. My doctor told me that, like Sir was telling in between, if I'm using tobacco, smoking, the chance of getting corona is less. I think just now, we are hearing from the eminent speaker. So this example, not about the speaker, somebody has passed the message in the different forum. But exactly, these are doubtful messages. Tell very tell clear terms. I believe it is important that you quit smoking now, and we can help you do so. So tell and leave in a statement, we can help you to do so. Similarly, quitting smoking is the most important thing you can do to protect your health. And obviously make specific reference. It's not probably not right thing. Tell, if you smoke like this, you'll die of cancer. I mean, many of us die with so many things. Who knows how will die? Telling that, look, if you continue to smoke like this, your lungs will be getting infected. Or you have a child at home, he gets acute respiratory infection repeatedly. Accordingly, you can plan it. Now, just look at. I just give an example here. Now, let's Mr. A is come and he using tobacco. In current symptoms, like for example, he has come with a chronic cough. You think is linked to smoking, using tobacco. So give a personalized advice. Look, your cough has a direct relationship with the smoking. I can help you to decrease your quitter smoking. If you allow me, I can advise you something. You can accept or not accept, that up to you. I'm leaving to you. So this is one way to put it. Now somebody came, he has also user, but current symptom has no relation with tobacco. But then in this case also, it's always good to give a general advice. Congratulate him that I'm so happy that you're not using tobacco, and I will urge you not to start tobacco in future also. Sometime you can again scan this booklet. It's available in the public domain. If you have a camera, you can scan directly from here. So this is a small booklet from NIMHANS, and I'm Professor Dr. Nimesh sir is there. So they have been involved in doing many work in tobacco cessation in India, and each institute has small booklets. So these booklets, just passing the booklets to them. And now with all technology, you can just send WhatsApp a booklet to them. It's a very wonderful booklet, very small one, but it's a small diary and all. This also gives, because you remember, simple advice, your quit rate is 5 to 10%. No high-fi intervention needed. Simple advice. These are known things. I'm not going to touch it. It's always good to discuss about the beneficial effects. I mean, all the doctors joined here maybe knowing all these things. Now, this is, I thought I will spend a little time. Many people tell us that they can't refuse their friend offering tobacco. So that will know, my friend will feel bad if I refuse tobacco. So there is some way to teach them how to tell no. So one of the ways to tell only no. Not to tell. Sometimes people try to tell like that. No, I don't want to take smoking because smoking is not good for my health. That then the person will tell no. Why no? Once smoking is all right. So basically, put a no. If there is a repeated request, then next line can be no. Thank you very much. Further request comes, somebody forcing, no, thank you very much, but thank you very much. My doctor has told not to take. But start with simple no. Make eye-to-eye contact. Have firm body language. Don't make excuse. Don't feel guilty about telling no to the person, because the friendship is not based on smoking only. There are many other factors play as friends. Ultimately, if somebody forces the person, you just leave the space. Last one, assist. This is also very important. I mean, many of you must be knowing it. Keep a reminder for patient record about tobacco usage. Fix a quit date. Normally, ideally, the quit date should be within 2 weeks of discussion. And also, it's very important to write it down. Why he has taken this decision. Why I'm taking this to quit. Why is very important. So, discussing a little bit about why is very important. Not that you have to tell them. Let him come out of things. And you can obviously keep different other substitutes like cinnamon, cloves, etc. Now, three challenges comes normally in the while quitting tobacco. There are many challenges, but there are three commons. One is craving, intense craving. I mean, craving by definition known as intense, irresistible desire, and that's why craving is a part of nosologically ICD-10 or DSM-5 part of addiction. Withdrawal symptoms is also sometimes stopping symptom comes, and high risk situation. Helping them how to deal those things. Probably one of the simple ways using 4 or 5 Ds. Delay enacting urge to tobacco, deep breath, drink water, discuss urges to designated person if somebody is close, and probably do something. These are again behavioral principles might help. When there is a high risk situation, now one of the commonest high risk situation, I mean, okay, let me check with this is the last couple of slides. What are the high risk situation that you think in people using tobacco? So what are the high risk situation? High risk situation. Anybody can type and go ahead. In a tobacco users, what is the high risk situation you come across in a clinical practice? High risks means event, stress, washroom. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Meeting friends who smoke. Yes, friends smoking. Bowel movement. I think absolutely agree. Okay, when dependency, yeah, alcohol, absolutely. I mean, with alcohol, tobacco is very close. 80% happens. Working place, live state, long drive. Nothing to do. Look, COVID. Sometimes COVID completely changes thing. Sudden vacuum. Yes, peer pressure. Absolutely. I think all correct. Sports, watching TV, Netflix, all these things. People are cued to that. Cue plays a role. Absolutely. Fantastic. Fantastic. Isolation. Absolutely. I completely agree. Arfin has mentioned trying to alcohol. Yeah. Dr. Bata has mentioned loneliness. Yeah. Triggers. So I think those are very important. So identifying the high risk situation is one of the major tasks we all face in our practice, and identifying and what to do next. Remember, the high risk situation is a cue. If you look at the understanding of addiction, what happened before actually the action start, already the dopamine secretion start in the brain. So if I have a high risk with my alcohol, as Dr. Pawan mentioned, I have drinking alcohol. The moment I have a drink, automatic thoughts come, can I have alcohol again? Because your brain start perceiving, I need a combination of alcohol and tobacco will give more better kick than alcohol alone. So desensitizing, it's a really challenging one. So basically in those cases, you have to handle both. Then couple of general principles I put here, telling them that why should I stop it? Keep hands busy, repeat reasons. There are a variety thing because sort of time I just try to keep myself a little bit crisp. But I think similarly, general helpful strategy, positive thinking, keep the mind about the negative consequences of tobacco. Remind why you are quitting and keep tobacco free. I mean, this is very important. And knowing why I'm doing these things, why I took all the pain. Changing the routine. Sometimes meditation, relaxation, do help people, and there are many studies coming out where they talk about mindful-based meditations, which is equal to any meditation we follow. And lastly, be proud of your decision. Let the person feel proud that I was a smoker, but I'm not a smoker now. I'm a user. I'm not a user now. That's very important. Similarly, all general tips about the stress, probably, healthy diet, exercise, effective time management, keeping yourself away from the smokers. Most important is preventing relapses. Remember, the craving in tobacco users continues for at least 3 to 6 months. So one of the way to I tell my client is that look, craving is like wave. As you know, in ocean, wave comes and goes. So you have to do earth surfing. You like surf in the waves, and slowly the waves intensity comes down. So that's the only way you can handle him, along with pharmacological treatment, obviously. I'm not telling them, but this is and telling them it's a brief and time limited, and go in a wave like earth surfing. Last slide. Take home message. I think many of you know it. I just concise to 3A. And this is from the Dr. Pratima's presentation. I've taken it. Ask, advise, assist. Asking all the patients, I'll give all the patients in any clinic to ask about tobacco use and personalizing the risk. Educating short-term and long-term benefits, very important, rather than scaring him. Scaring normally doesn't work well. And discussing simple tips, not starting at all or quitting early is the best strategy. Now, after this point, you advise, you can actually tell the patient that there are some medications which are found to be effective in decreasing craving and keeping you long-term abstinence. Do you want to try on any of those? So then if tell yes, then you go to the next one, and I'll just take 2 minutes and finish it up so that I'll in the time. Just a minute where it's gone. Yeah. So in that case, if the person willing, yes. So I think then you can go ahead with the, yeah.
So sorry for interruption, but
yeah,
I just want to pitch in for a time check because we are running a little late. So
okay, this is fine. I think I can stop here. No issue at all. Yeah, I have the slides are always available. And next time, Pradeep is talking about NRT, so I think I can skip this slide at all. No problem. Done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chan, for your very practical and engrossing talk. Actually, people were really held to their computers. And I would like to now hand over to Dr. Ulhas for the closing remarks for this talk, please.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. I think within a given time and the shortest possible time, Dr. Prabhat has dealt with the topic so powerfully. And first of all, let me congratulate him for having an innovative way to launch the subject, judging the audience, and then to go ahead. That's an absolutely innovative way so that everybody got engaged, because otherwise it becomes a very dull scientific session. My second observation is that you have given a lot of insights. And most important, because I can just translate this and take this also to the pediatric population when we are dealing particularly with the internet addiction, or even for that matter being a obese child, how we counsel him. First and most important thing is not to ridicule him. This is very important. You have to be the facilitator of the change. Very, very important statement which you had. Third thing, you gave us a mantra, success mantra. Ask advice and assist. So very, very useful tip, because just in summarize, you can remember everything. Then you talked about tobacco refusal skills, which are very, very important, because those are the skills practical usage. Fixing a quit day, that is also very important. And lastly, I think you covered everything which need to be covered for the life skill development. So in general, I think a lot of questions you have answered, and I'm absolutely sure that at the end of the day, during the panel discussion, all these questions might come up again, but you have already answered many of these questions. Thank you very much for being over here with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Ulhas, for chairing the session.